There have been a lot of important scientific discoveries made in Spain in recent years, with a lot of interesting finds being made all over the country. From the beaches to ancient cave networks, we aim to catch you up on the 5 most mysterious creatures caught in Spain, and are sure that at least a few of these will blow you away. Before we begin, make sure you hit that subscribe button to get notified every day for more amazing content. With that being said, let's begin. Number 5. Enormous turtle. When beachgoers came across this beast, they must have been quite surprised and more than a little confused about what it was they were looking at. This find was made on September 17, 2017, with researchers still conducting their investigation and working out exactly what led to this animal washing up on this particular beach. The findings should be quite important, as this specimen is very much worth looking into. Based on the photographic evidence, experts easily concluded that the creature is most definitely a turtle, specifically a leatherback, but its size must have made it look like some sort of monster until those who first found it got a little closer. Indeed, many of the experts who saw the image afterward expressed amazement at the size of the animal, with some saying that they initially assumed that the entire story might very well be a hoax, with the image being photoshopped for entertainment value. Even up close, we'd have a nagging doubt that we were looking at something never before seen by humans. That's actually the case in one respect, with this leatherback turtle probably being a record-breaking specimen. It stretched 6.5 feet long when measured from head to tail, and weighed a whopping 1,543 pounds, which is an incredible size for a turtle to reach. Leatherback turtles are found all over the world, traveling vast distances and passing through pretty much every single ocean area during their lifetime. They don't, however, end up in the Mediterranean Ocean all that much, which makes this particular find even more impressive. The turtle wasn't found along the Atlantic coast of Spain, instead washing ashore in Calella, located not too far from Barcelona, which is on the Mediterranean side of Spain's coastline. Only 10 leatherback turtles have been seen in the Mediterranean area, including this one, in the past 2 millennia. This uber rare find then is spectacular in myriad ways and can be summed up as being an incredibly improbable find that has a lot of implications with regard to biology and how we view the creatures inhabiting what's still one of the world's most mysterious features, which is our oceans. This being the case, the animal, which was found dead unfortunately, was transported to be inspected by the veterinary department at the Universitat Automata de Barcelona. They completed a full necropsy and their findings should be very useful. With the turtle only washing ashore a few months ago, we still don't have much to go on as far as those results are concerned, but this image is impressive enough for us. We don't know how we'd react if one of these monsters swam up to us in the wild, but we know we'd have more than a few moments worth of shocked confusion mixed with panic trying to work out if we were in any real danger or not. Number 4. Supernatural creepiness. This video caught our attention because the creature seen looks very much like one seen in many still images that were supposedly taken by trail cams all over the world. This time, however, it seems like we've got a winner, with the original uncut footage being much more impressive than the photoshopped hoaxes that borrow from it. The video shows a group of people trekking through the dense forests found in Granada, Spain. Comments have ranged from reasonable to inane, with many skeptics not quite being ready to make any judgment just yet. Some people, however, pointed sarcastically that this thing looks less like it's feeding and more like it's dropping a deuce, which adds some humor to what's actually been a troubling video for many who have seen it. The grainy, somewhat unfocused footage does leave a lot up to the imagination, not giving us a great glimpse of the creature, and will admit that night vision is a perfect mode to edit without making things look too hokey, since it's not all that clear to begin with, at least when compared to video taken during the daytime, which makes things more difficult to screw around with. That being said, these guys do look like they were completely taken aback by this sighting, and their initial reaction was to get the hell out of there. They seem to be walking around the woods at night, simply out for a stroll, stopping every now and then to get a close-up of something interesting during their hike. They just happened to have the camera rolling when they ran into this Wendigo-esque beast. If it's not pooping, then it definitely looks like it's feeding on some kind of prey that it managed to catch, and its reluctance to get up, instead just hissing at the guys, makes us think that it could be protecting something important to it. We still don't believe this video outright and are gonna have to see further evidence, because we're sure that if a couple of guys actually walked up to a menacing and feral looking creature, such as the one we see in the video, it would probably take them on and snap them like a twig, which would mean no creepy upload and no mysterious video. If this is a hoax, it's a good one, but we really do hope that this might be real because it would make for quite an interesting study. Number 3. Spanish Yeti. Who here has seen the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer Christmas special? Some of you might remember growing up with this movie being played around the holiday season. For those of you who don't, it featured a story about Rudolph saving Christmas and included an abominable snowman character. This is relevant with regard to this mysterious creature that was caught on camera in Formigal, a well-known ski resort located in the Pyrenees. Resort owners and staff immediately launched an investigation after images surfaced that seemed to show a large Yeti making its way down one of their slopes. The creature in question, however, looks a lot like the abominable snowman from the Rudolph special, and we're convinced that a fan decided to have some fun, editing this image and posting it online along with a relevant story to go along with it. There are still other witnesses who claim to have seen the creature, with some even suggesting that it could have been a soldier wearing camo. If Spain has super soldiers that size, then there's no reason they couldn't take over the world, and the idea that this is a person is ridiculous. Resort staff were unable to find anything out of the ordinary, even after an extensive search, meaning this creature caught on camera is probably just a prank. Although it's worth noting that it was pulled off brilliantly, considering the amount of people they managed to fool. Number 2. Odd insects discovered. A preserved creature that many experts are saying could be a previously unknown species of insect was found in a cave in Spain's Teruel region. The images aren't the most detailed, but do show 3 creatures that many experts are saying could be as yet undiscovered springtails. Springtails are 6-legged creatures that are more ancient and primitive than insects, which makes this find something that could have a huge impact in the scientific community. The cave they were found in was located around 6,560 feet above sea level. Temperatures outside the cave are routinely well below freezing, but inside the cave, the environment can be quite temperate. Researchers hope that the insects, all of which are visibly different species, could help them learn about how creatures adapt to cave conditions. These early versions of insects could provide some incredibly unique insights into this field, especially if they end up being as old as everyone thinks they are. This find is still being investigated, and we can't wait to hear more about it when additional information is made available. The team that's conducting the investigation has said that if they're able to find modern-day relatives of these insects that live on the surface of the planet, then they can decipher just how creatures are able to adapt to and survive through extreme climate changes. They intend to do so by comparing the cave insects with their outdoor counterparts in order to highlight any particular physiological changes that might have taken place. It goes without saying that caves can give us amazing insights into the distant past of our planet, and with so many ancient caves preserved throughout Spain, we can expect that there are many more fantastic discoveries simply waiting to be made in some of the more remote cave networks in the region. Number 1. Strange sea creature. Another mysterious sea creature was found on a Spanish beach, but unlike the record-breaking leatherback turtle we touched on earlier, this specimen wasn't quite so easy to identify and is a lot more strange than any turtle ever will be. This animal was found washed up on a beach in Villaricos, was found by locals who happened to cross it, and then was reported to authorities, who all seem to have no real answers as to what this thing could possibly be. It caused a lot of panic and confusion in the area, with people living nearby being quite reasonably worried about the implications of a previously unknown sea creature popping up and disturbing their routine. The creature was found long after it first died, and it seems like it had been on the beach for quite some time, as it was almost completely dried up when first found, although it supposedly stank like nothing they'd ever experienced before. After samples were sent out for further investigation, some experts spoke up to say that this was probably some kind of oarfish that had simply decomposed to the point of being almost unrecognizable. Others said that this couldn't possibly be the case, convinced that they were looking at a previously unknown species. Turns out that this was almost definitely an oarfish, with just about everyone who took a look now sure that this isn't a completely worrying prospect or a sign that dinosaurs are now coming back to life. Oarfish are mysterious creatures, and not much is known about their behavior or other habits, with this specimen being a relatively average size. Some oarfish have been known to grow to lengths of up to 10 meters, and we can be sure that if this particular specimen was that big, it would have caused much more of a panic than it did. Still, it would be supremely creepy to come across this while out for a walk along the beach, and if we'd come across it, we would have been blown away and probably more than a little convinced that we had discovered something alien. Unfortunately, first impressions can often be proven wrong, with this mysterious creature still being quite a rare find, but nowhere near the realm of the paranormal or alien, which is an outcome that most commenters seem to be leaning toward. Trust us, if alien life is proven to exist, we'll be the first to let you know. Until then, we'll be here pointing out that while it would be cool to think about aliens or undiscovered species, most of these sorts of mysteries end up being pretty mundane and dull when the truth is eventually revealed. Alright, Top 5ers, we have something very exciting for you to see. Make sure to visit our other channel, The Brilliant. If you like what we have on Top 5's Finest, then we know you will love what we have there too. But be warned, the videos over on The Brilliant are extremely addicting to watch as well. There will be a link in the description to The Brilliant channel, so make sure to visit us now. Or you can go to our latest video popping up on screen right now. Come on, click it. You know you want to. Oh, and while you're here, subscribe also. Heard it gives you superpowers. Anyway, see you soon.